he's trying to build some of what Earl Grant taught him.
Yeah, he talked about winning habits. That's the big thing for him. Not necessarily wins and losses, but winning habits.
BC in the home white. We are underway. Our starting five highlighted by Makai Ashton-Langford, Jaeden Zackery, and Mason Matson, Friday's hero in the backcourt. The three by Ashton-Langford and tracked down by Maine. The Black Bears starting five that has been pretty consistent scoring the ball. Jaeden Zackery, a fifth year. He's a transfer from Georgia Southern. He's the man that makes their edge and hum on the offensive end, and he has the ball. The fadeaway. Rebound out of bounds off of TJ Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff eats the glass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Big story for BC, injuries. DeMarr Langford is dressed. We do expect to see him play, but the three after him, very uncertain when they'll be back.
Yeah, and I think Quentin Post is a big one for them. The 7-footer for Earl Grant takes up a lot of space, provides that inside presence. They need him back into this lineup.
Kenya, Division II transfer for BC. Both teams searching for an identity here in the first minute plus, and a steal by Bickerstaff. Headbands a pass to Zackery. Weak side, outstanding block by Jaden Clayton, a guy that Chris Markwood is extremely high on.
And that's a great recovery. Looked like a easy, uncontested layup for Boston College. And this is what Boston College needs to do, though. Don't settle for jumpers. Use your defense, which is your strength right here. Bickerstaff in the passing lane. Zackery looks like he's going to have a wide open layup, but that's a great individual hustle play on the other end.
Zackery, 10 points per game last year in his terrific freshman campaign. Good penetration by Ashton-Langford and picked off by Clayton. It was Zackery. Pretty move in transition. The Euro step for Getty.
Textbook Euro step right there off of the turnover. And speaking with Chris Markwood and the Maine coaching staff, they said that's what they want to do. Be opportunistic and then rebound and limit Boston College to one opportunity. But then when they get turnovers, try to get out and push the pace before their D can get set up.
Matson to TJ Bickerstaff. He's tough on the block. Tracks it down for Matson. Out of bounds. John Gaffney, the veteran official. Here's your Euro step.
You can't do it any better right there. That's what you would see in the dictionary. Off of the turnover, and this guy right here, he is a bucket. He is really the key matchup for Boston College in this one right here. Very good offensive player.
In that Nebraska game, they lost by 8 points, but they only were outscored by a point in Lincoln, Nebraska in their opener, 39-38 Cornhuskers. So that was encouraging for them.
Yeah, Big Ten school, and again, they played them tough. Chris Markwood likes what he has in this mix right here, and I think they're going to be a tough out in conference play.
Good pass down the lane, and the layup is converted by Christian Fierbergs, who's averaging 12 points. He's a sophomore from Riga, Latvia. Eagles scoreless, 2.5+ minutes, and away from the ball, a foul.
And this is where they miss Quentin Post right here. Again, excellent pick and roll defense on the back end right there. The Boston College defense is late on the rotation, and you can't ask for better offense that time. Not settling for a jumper, paint touch off the pass, and another nice offensive possession for Maine.
Chris Markwood told us he's worried about Maine taking away BC's transition baskets. Zackery, the three is good. He led the team in three-point shooting last year. They only shot 31% from distance in 2021-2022.
Yeah, and Zackery, again, last year, percentage-wise, 47% from the three-point line for Boston College. That's a nice little pin down off of the out-of-bounds.
Good up fake. It was Zackery, and the rebound engulfed again by Bickerstaff, who averages 10+ boards. Poked away by the freshman Clayton. Quick trigger, and the three rolls home. Well done by Jashante Wright McLeish. the senior from Montreal, as he has his third three in 13 attempts.
Yeah, and Boston College has got to find him in transition, close to 40% from the three-point line last year. So, again, he's a guy you must find in transition.
Adson with a quick three. Here comes Clayton running the break. Maine running and gunning and laying it in. That's Jaeden Clayton. A little bit of a wake-up call for BC on the offensive end.
I said it at the top. Look, Maine is a very good team. They've been playing really well. Talked about the loss to Nebraska only by 10, but that game was in hand late in the second half.
And a good push down low by Zackery to stem the tide, but 7 of the Maine buckets have come off transition.
Yeah, right now, Boston College, a couple things. Turnovers, they need to cut down on those, and then transition defense, whether it's off of a turnover or a miss, needs to be better.
Here comes Madsen in transition for the Eagles to Bickerstaff. The putback by Pena is off the line and out of bounds off of BC. So Maine is on the run. The Black Bears are feisty, and the beneficiary was Clayton for the easy two.
With everybody impacted by this tragedy.
Hard to believe. Senseless tragedy. BC trailing Maine by 4, and Malcolm, an impressive show in the early going for the Black Bears.
Yeah, it is, and I like, though, the change by Earl Grant now. They're trying to push the pace a little bit, pick up full court, see if they can get some turnovers, and then get out in transition.
And the guy with the ball, Kellen Tynes, transfer from Montana State, converts, and a 6'3" sophomore from Nova Scotia, averaging 11 points, shooting 60%.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful up and under move right there. Reverse layup, poor pick and roll defense again by Boston College.
Jaeden Zackery down the lane. He misses the runner. Here comes Maine.
Watch, Maine is going to bring up their big, set a screen, and then right here, that's better that time. Boston College on the pick and roll defense.
And a travel against Zapaitis, and for the first time we see number 5 in white, DeMarr Langford, but check out the Tynes drive.
Yeah, right there again, the big is trying to slow down the ball in that situation. We saw Earl Grant working on this pick and roll defense and shoot around this afternoon. The big has to stop the ball, give the guard a chance to get back around at that time. Miscommunication.
DeMarr Langford, a key point for this BC team with his brother Makai. What does he bring to the table?
This right here, I think the ability to be another scorer in the paint, I think that's huge for Boston College. Right on point right there. Again, you can throw him down in the post, and for me, he's an elite athlete in the ACC. He could be one of the better athletes in the ACC.
A rugged build. He averaged 11 points last year. Dribbling and converting again is Kellen Tynes. He's dangerous when distant. 6-point Black Bears lead.
Yeah, Chris Markwood talked about, he recruited him when he was an assistant at Northeastern under Bill Cohen, and loves his ability to knock down shots. That's a big-time crossover pull-up.
Maine has made its last 4 shots. Ashton-Langford. Eagles shooting 25%. Made just 3 out of 12.
One thing, John, that Maine is doing a really good job of is defensive rebounding. They're limiting Boston College to 1 opportunity. I think this is the area Boston College needs to get at right here in transition.
The blow-by Makai Ashton-Langford. And he is superb. He has that extra gear, and Earl Grant gives him the green light.
Oh, Earl Grant just raves about him, and easy to see why. He is the leader. He's the energy guy.
Turnover. Poor pass by Jaeden Clinton, but DeMarr Langford, you like this move?
Yeah, I do. Again, he's got a great lift. Don't settle for jumpers. Put them down in the post. And then this right here, I think this is going to be key in this game. Get out in transition. That time, the brother, Makai Ashton-Langford, out in transition.
Eagles' first 2 games shooting 44% into the game. 0-0 in white. Chaz Kelly, highly touted freshman. Good pass by Madsen to a driving TJ Bickerstaff as he picks up contact. That was a terrific feed by Madsen.
Yeah, and I like that. Madsen, the last game, made 5 threes, so you know he's going to draw some attention. Nice backdoor cut. Beautiful interior passing that time. That's one, though, that Bickerstaff wants back. That should be an and one. But you have to be pleased if you're Earl Grant. Again, the last 2 possessions in transition, and that right there, nice half-court offense.
Tomorrow night, we'll have a men's basketball doubleheader right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Louisville hosts App State at 6 Eastern. Then Armando Bacot, #1 North Carolina, hosts Gardner-Webb. Don't miss it on ACC Network. North Carolina had a fight the other night, Friday night at the Dean Dome. They beat College of Charleston, but College of Charleston held strong.
They've seen a lot of these games early on. I think it goes to the parity and also the transfer portal. A lot of teams getting old and good through the transfer portal, so it makes for a lot of early season exciting games.
Good ball movement by Maine. They'll work it outside on the perimeter. Tynes. Now in the lane, the runner is good. That was terrific by Jashante Wright McLeish. They kill the shot clock, but he converts.
Yeah, that right there. Again, beautiful jump stop jumper, under control. Ball went left to right.
Bickerstaff is hounded, but somehow put it in. Good control by TJ Bickerstaff.
Yeah, and I like, again, another possession by Boston College. The ball goes into the paint. Something Earl Grant talked about. Look, we need to get the ball into the paint off the bounce or the pass.
And a foul called on BC. It's going to be on DeMarr Langford, his first, but TJ Bickerstaff, following Chaz Kelly's lead, yeah, he can put that one up and in. Got a good one brewing in Chestnut Hill.
When you buy 10 tickets on
Coach Markwood and the Maine staff were really concerned about keeping this guy off the glass.
And Earl Grant told us he had mono. He missed the first 10 practices of the season. In the first 2 games, he was winded a bit. You'd expect that as he was dealing with game conditions. Rolls in and out for Filipovich. And BC garners the rebound. Chaz Kelly mans the point. He's going to be important for BC with Donald Hand out an extended period.
Yeah, again, that backcourt, Makai Ashton-Langford and Jaeden Zackery, but they're going to need a third guy to come in and spell them, and Kelly is that guy right now.
Backdoor pass by Langford. Kelly gets it back. And the rebound ripped away by Wright McLeish. At a toe gun is blocked by DeMarr Langford. How do you like that on the weak side?
I said it earlier, he's one of the better athletes in the ACC, DeMarr Langford. And
good reversal by Bickerstaff to Kelly, who nails the 3. Chaz Kelly, more of that to come. That's his second 3 in 4 attempts. Limited run in the first 2 games, but again, that will increase. Good pass to the corner, Filipovich. He knocks it home.
That's all set up, though, by Jaden Clayton. Beautiful dribble drive again. You can't do it any better. Break the defense down with the split of the screen and then kick it out to a wide-open three-point shooter.
Filipovich was big for them down the stretch last year. Their final 4 games, 46 points, 19 rebounds, 8 steals. Black Bears went 6-23 last year and 3-15 in the America East. Pass in the paint. What a block by TJ Bickerstaff as he pins it. Pena Beautiful in transition. Both ends of the floor working well.
All starts with the defense. Bickerstaff, beautiful block, and then leading the break.
Ilyapovich with some confidence. And a foul on Chaz Kelly, but DeMarr Langford providing the thunder on the defensive end.
Yeah, getting beat that time, but because of the elite athleticism, able to recover. And then right here, Bickerstaff, a guy that has some quick hops, and then he's able to lead the break. He really, to me, is a guy that's ready for a breakout year in the ACC. TJ Bickerstaff, he can do a little bit of everything. We talked about his rebounding, but offensively, they're going to need his offense as well, too.
He's averaging 12.5 points, tied for second on the team. Good up fake, but no dice for Wright McLeish. BC has never led. Zackery. He draws contact.
John, that's good recognition by Zackery and Boston College. Again, sometimes you just got to simplify your offense. If you have a team that's playing man and you have a bigger guard in Zackery and they're not helping, just isolate him down low on the block. That's what they're doing right here. Let him use his big body and get down and force Maine to make a decision. Are we going to double or leave them there man-to-man? And right now, Boston College likes that matchup of Jaeden Zackery down low in the post on the smaller Maine guards.
Foul was on Clayton, his second. He heads to the bench for Chris Markwood. Eagles tie it up at 18. You see free throw shooting a concern the first two games, 62% from the line. Dierbergs. Ilyapovich. And that one's off the line by Tynes. Here comes Ashton-Langford. Good pass. Blocked, though. It was Zapaitis making a page out of the BC playbook. Each side defense. And a 6'4", fifth year from London, England. Ilyapovich draws contact and a foul. And N1. Possibility of a 4-point play for Peter Ilyapovich. Foul on C.J. Pena. This was good stuff. Oh yeah, he hit that from Arno. 3-point Maine lead.
With direct
Continues to play a good brand of basketball.
Yeah, but this Boston College needs more defensive possessions like this right here. They're connected, they're communicating. This lineup, they can switch. TJ Bickerstaff doing a nice job of moving his feet and then get out, contest the shot. That's all you can ask for if you're Earl Grant. And then off of the miss, get out in transition and try to get some early offense before the main D can get set up.
And a trend has been set, unfortunately, for BC. Malcolm, early sluggish starts. They led by 1 point or 2 points against Cornell in their opener last Monday night. And against Detroit Mercy on Friday, they trailed by 1 at halftime. What do you think that's a result of?
Well, again, whatever it is, they cannot have that. They need to tighten that up as they get closer to ACC conference play. And
Zackery missed the 3, but follows it. Armani Mighty, 6'10" freshman. And he draws a foul. He's raw. This is his 5th year of competitive basketball. Former soccer player, but he is athletic. He ran an under 5-minute mile, just like Huckabee used to in Chestnut Hill.
I mean, I'll tell you what, when Earl Grant told us that, I was like, my goodness, I ran a 5:15 and I was a guard. So here you have a guy that's, you know, 6'10" and running an under 5 mile. He is going to be a guy. They are really excited about his upside. Obviously, great athleticism, can run the floor really well, has to refine his offensive game a little bit, but certainly he's got something you cannot teach, which is length and great ability to run the court.
And he comes up shy on both free throws, but you're right. If he can harness some more competition for him and get him involved a little bit. They think maybe 6 to 10 minutes a game. Part of a terrific freshman class, as you just saw. Filipovic controls the offensive glass, gets it back. Moments ago, a three as we went to break, and it was Zapaitis with the rebound. Maine industrious off the glass. How about that move by Filipovic?
Beautiful spin move by Filipovic that time. Off another offensive rebound by Maine, and spin and then finish with the left. That's big time.
Elbow jumper by Jaeden Zackery. Right McLeish with the board. And the deep three by Fearbirds. Rebound by the Cincinnati transfer Mason Madsen, and a foul on Peter Filipovic.
All right, here again, you can't do it any better. Footwork, beautiful, concentration the whole time, and then finish with the left. Look at it, spin move, go up against the 6'10" freshman, and then finish with the left. They're playing with a lot of energy. They're getting a lot of the 50-50 balls, and again, I think this is where Quentin Post, the 7-footer for Boston College, being out, spoke with Earl Grant and said, you know, he's day-to-day right now. Having his presence in the paint really hurts them on the defensive glass.
Yeah, Quentin Post excelled the late stages of the season for BC. Averaged 9 points. It's going to be a focal point for them. Madsen, the fadeaway three. BC's scoreless drought over 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And the Eagle injuries, they're battling them. DeMarr Langford is back, but Post, Elite Bay, and Hand all out. And there's a three by Wright McLeish. Largest lead of the game for Maine, 9 points, as they are riding a 9-0 run.
And I think the change of defenses, 3-2 matchup zone right now, and they are forcing Boston College into some deep threes. And that's what you want to do when you go zone. A great changeup by Chris Markwood in Maine, changing the defenses up against Boston College.
Filipovic, the up fake. Doing a good job, too, in the dead corners, Malcolm. They're swinging the ball around the perimeter.
Chris Markwood talked about spacing, and they're doing a good job spacing the floor. They got Boston College chasing, and then they're finding open shooters.
Good take by Wright McLeish, who's got some confidence. They're taking advantage of a 3-minute, 10-second scoring drought. BC has missed his last 5 field goals. There's a three by Madsen. Didn't help the cause. Look out. Good defense by Makai Ashton-Langford. And a foul in the backcourt. Foul on Tynes.
And this has been the spacing right here. Look at that. You can't ask for better spacing. High ball screen and then diagonal pass across the other way. And again, because Boston College is so spread out, there's no help on the baseline. You get beat. Another good high percentage shot by Maine. On the other end, I think offensively for Boston College, they've settled for jumpers. Have to get somebody to that high post area, foul line area, try to break down that zone that way. See if you can get some paint touches off the bounce or the pass, but you can't settle for quick threes.
They're also being out-rebounded 17-12. BC traditionally a good rebounding squad. They started 2 for their first 9 from the floor, and there's Ashton-Langford. Makai Ashton-Langford, their leading scorer entering the ball game. He's up to 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field. Shante Wright McLeish, hounded by C.J. Pena. Steal, Ashton-Langford to his brother DeMarr. What will he do with it? Lost it in transition. It's Maine ball. There's missed opportunity for the Eagles.
Yeah, again, that time you got to have 2 hands on the ball. You have his steal. He's trying to go up with the one-handed dunk right here. Again, great play by his brother, Makai Ashton-Langford. And then right here, he's going up with one hand. That's got to be 2 hands on the ball, either finish with a layup or dunk. You're trying to get back into this game. Missed opportunity, but I do like, if you're Boston College, the defensive pressure.
Empty possession for the Eagles, and Maine with a counter punch again. Kellen Tynes, the Montana State transfer. Ashton-Langford, one-man fast break and a foul. That will bring us to a timeout after the foul on Maine and Fearbirds. But Kellen Tynes, he's been fun to watch. He has 6 of the 31 Maine points, and this was pretty around to DeMarr Langford.
Yeah, and poor scouting report that time by Boston College. Close to 40% from the three-point line last year. Scoring on all 3 levels. Nice little jump stop jumper, but this is where he's done his damage. Help is late, and he has knocked down some threes for this Maine team. They've done a nice job spreading the floor, and then they've gotten high percentage shots.
Chris Markwood, their first-year coach, 7 years on the Northeastern bench under Bill Cohen, who, oh, by the way, was also a BC assistant back in the Jim O'Brien and Al Skinner days. And McLeish, really a linchpin on the offensive end. But another thing about Maine is balancing a young team versus an old team. Right, McLeish is one of those guys who's been through it for the Black Bears.
Yeah, he's really likes what he brings in the leadership department. You called it, and I think the guy at the line right now for Boston College has sensed that, and he's pushed the action, rightfully so, a couple of times. Off of some misses, and it's going to start, though, with Boston College trying to figure out this Maine offense. They got to cut down on the dribble drives.
And full court pressure by the Eagles. Ashton-Langford, Zackery, DeMarr Langford, TJ Bickerstaff, and CJ Pena on the floor for BC. Good defense. Filipovic. Bickerstaff with the board. Here comes Zackery. Zackery with 6 points. Foul line jumper. And the board by Tynes. Tynes a good addition for Maine.
Doing a really nice job. Again, one opportunity for Boston College.
Tynes has 4 assists. Getty. And a foul on Makai Ashton-Langford. Ball by Isaac Barnett, who's a first-year official.
Yeah, right here, let's see. That's a judgment call again. That one can go either way right there. Tough call for the refs to make.
Thursday night, we'll have the women's basketball game of the night on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Don Staley and #1 South Carolina take on Clemson at Little John Coliseum. Both teams come in undefeated, and our coverage starts at 6 Eastern. You do not want to miss that one. The blow by, and a missed chance there by Kellen Tynes. He did the hard part. Screen by Bickerstaff for DeMarr Langford. Baseline. And a foul. Do you like the take?
I do, and again, it's not a jumper. Force the action a little bit. They've been settling for jumpers. Try to get the ball into the paint. Nice move this time by DeMarr Langford. Use your strength, which is your athleticism and size.
Foul on Wright McLeish. That was his first. 8th on Maine. Free throws aren't helping the cause, Malcolm.
Yeah, right now that's 50% for Boston College. 4-8, and then, excuse me, now it's 4-9. Down to 44% for Boston College from the free throw line, and 2 of 10 from the three-point line for 20%. So not shooting the ball well. That's why I'm saying you got to continue to try to force the action, get layups.
Ashton-Langford eyes Tynes. Filipovic. D by the Eagles, but the up fake and a foul. Milos Nenadic, 6'10" sophomore from Kitchener, Ontario.
Yeah, a couple of breaks right here. Looked like Bickerstaff was going to just rip the ball out of his hands. But Zackery going to have a steal. Bad breaks that time for Boston College. And
foul on DeMarr Langford, his second, and a ditch. Still an 8-point Maine lead. Saturday morning at 11 Eastern, the ACC Huddle crew will be at Truist Field in Winston-Salem at Wake Forest to get you set for another full day of football. We'll have halftime shows and pre- and post-game shows throughout the day. And at 6:30, you get a complete wrap-up of the afternoon's games. They'll get you set for the prime-time matchup between Syracuse and Wake Forest on ACC and at 8. All right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. No field goals for BC in the last 2:45.
the big stretch for Boston College, needing to have something good to happen to close this half out.
Bickerstaff misses the bunny, but his industriousness continues off the glass, and a foul on Maine.
Well, for as well as Bickerstaff has rebounded the ball in the first half, he's missed a couple of these layups in this situation right here. Again, this has got to be a make. That's just a missed layup. But again, he's such a good offensive rebounder, able to go get his miss. But that's a missed opportunity for Boston College.
And just what you don't want to see happen, another missed foul shot. And there's our opponents at BC first half, second half. BC the edge in the second half. That's the good news for Earl Grant. They are 2-0, but some sluggish starts. Bickerstaff 1 of 2. Good pass. Up fake by Nanadich. Here comes Mason Matson. Eagles have cranked up the defensive intensity in the last couple minutes. C.J. Pena at the elbow. The take. And a punch away by Bickerstaff, but Maine takes it. Kellen Tynes. Zero and blue. Byron Ireland with the ball. It's his first run of the first half. 6'1" sophomore from Annapolis. Tynes again. And the foul. You got T.J. Bickerstaff coming up at halftime, getting to know BC basketball. Fun sequence for the BC players. Interview with both coaches and our highlights and stats. Will be some reflective moments for Earl Grant and his coaching staff. What would you do?
I think right now keeping dribble drives under control for Boston College has been an issue. Kellen Tynes has done a nice job of getting into the paint. That time again, using his body, drawing the foul. They've been unable, whether it's ball screens or in transition. Credit Maine, they've done a nice job spacing the floor, and then they've dribble drive and either gotten layups or kicked the ball out for some open shots.
This is the guy that Chris Markwood was banking on to make a impressive contribution. That's why he wanted him from Montana State. They go to the portal and they mined it for Kellen Tynes. Maine's largest lead was 11. It's back in double digits. Matson with a three. He's got it. Mason Matson drilled the game-winning three against Detroit Mercy on Friday. Shot clock off for the Black Bears. Pretty move. Four shots. Zackery, 2 seconds. Lets it fly. At the buzzer! Jaeden Zackery! My goodness! Fantastic ending to an unsteady second half for BC, but that should help the cause.
All set up, though, by Makai Ashton-Langford denying the ball to Kellen Tynes. Get this.
Zackery has advertised he can shoot it. Earl Grant says they were just off kilter. They were uneven on both ends of the floor. Got better as the half waned on, and that's been a trend set by BC.
Yeah, I think he said the energy. Let's see how they come out in the first 5 minutes. I think they need to pick up the pace, pressure Maine, and try to get some easy opportunities off some turnovers.
Maine in blue, BC in white. Good to have you with us from Connie Forum. John Mita Perrell with Malcolm Huckabee, our producer Russ Ken, director Mike Baker, and a terrific crew. As the ball is punched out of bounds by Zackery. John Gaffney, Bert Smith, Isaac Barnett, your officiating crew. CJ Pena, Division II transfer for the Eagles, guarding the inbounds. Chasing Uazabaitis. Shot on the way is good. Well done by Fearbirds from distance. Christians Fearbirds from Latvia.
And just how they started off the first half. Excellent spacing, dribble, drive, and then another uncontested three. Can't ask for better offense if you're Chris Markwood to start the second half.
Maine's hit 5 of 11 threes. Zackery. Punched away by Fearbirds. Here come the Black Bears. Deep three. Uazabaitis off the line. Good position by Bickerstaff. 9 rebounds already. Ashton-Langford. And the putback no good by TJ Bickerstaff. BC's missed some high percentage shots.
Well, that to go along with the free throws that you referenced, really a big difference why they're trailing by 7 in this game.
Slip, and what a layup. Jaeden Clayton, the freshman from Whitby, Canada. 9-point lead for Maine, their largest of the game, 11. That was athletic.
Chris Markwood said that's the first kid he offered when he took the job for Maine, and they are really high on him. You can see good basketball IQ that time, though, showing off the finish in the lane.
Eagles scoreless in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Clayton. Tynes against Pena.
Right now, John, Maine is getting the ball into the paint too early, easy off the dribble.
Turnaround by Fearbirds. My goodness, he has 5 points in the first 2.5 minutes of the half. Look how Maine matches its largest lead of the game. Played Nebraska in their first game, and they lost by 8. Pena, after a good pass by Matson.
That's great patience by Matson that time, not settling for a jumper. They're going to need more of that, but I think it starts right here. Defensively, they've just been inconsistent with their ability to keep Maine out of the paint.
Eagles 6 assists on 11 made baskets. BC shooting 31%. Skips a pass to Tynes. Fade away, and Matson the rebound. Matson transfer from Cincinnati. Launches. Is that too quick on the shot clock?
Yeah, we don't need it. Again, he made 5 threes in their last outing, but it's not off of good ball movement. Nobody touched it. You come off one screen, and then you shoot a deep contested 3. That's one that you got to make if you're going to take it.
It was Zackery. Ball fake. And a travel on Wright McLeish.
And this right here, again, just a beautiful individual move by the freshman. That's not bad D. That's just a tough shot. And again, right here, not really bad D by TJ Bickerstaff. That's just a guy shooting a turnaround jumper. That's the night that Maine has had. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They've been making some shots.
BC's giving them more confidence. As you know, game wanes along. A non-power 5 opponent, they feed off of that momentum.
Yeah, it's been huge. And again, we've referenced the injuries for Boston College, not at full strength.
Good take by Zackery to convert. Would you do anything differently on the defensive end if you were BC?
Well, the way Maine's shooting it and spacing it, I think it starts with the ball screen coverage.
How about that end one opportunity? Tough to stop Jaden Clayton. He's had himself a good start to the second half, and Maine riding high in Chestnut Hill.
Since being the first to make wipers over a century.
Elite Bay going down with an injury.
Yeah, he was a guy they were counting on. And then right after that, Donald Hand goes down with a lower leg injury. So those two guys not available to go along with Quentin Post, their 7-footer, a guy that they were planning on starting for them at their center spot. You add that in, you have some guys that are out, and it's a big loss for Boston College.
It gets magnified in these types of games where you know you could really use that 7-foot presence against an America East squad in Maine.
Yeah, and again, he's a guy that you can dump the ball down low to in the post and get some easy offense, make Maine force them to double down. And then obviously the presence that he provides defensively for them. So big loss. But certainly at the end of the day, nobody is going to care. When they look at it, they're going to expect Boston College to be in front on this game.
Yeah, no, it's classic no one cares. DeMarr Langford takes it and makes it. Langford brothers need to get going for BC.
They need more of that, but I think it's going to start, again, sound like a broken record defensively. Man, they got to get some stops. It starts with getting the ball out of the paint.
And the layup miss. Here comes Ashton-Langford charging in a transition, but he forced the pass. And Clayton, what a play on the defensive end by DeMarr Langford to punch it away. Looked like an easy bucket for Kellen Tynes. But DeMarr Langford, terrific hustle.
Earl Grant on the sidelines clapping. These are the hustle plays right here that lead to wins. You're trying to get back into the game. Don't give up on the play and give up an uncontested layup. Beautiful hustle play that time by DeMarr Langford.
Upperclassmen showing the younger classmen what it takes on the defensive end. It's like they might have got away with a step, but a basket nonetheless. Put in by Nanadic. Maine has led throughout. It has been a struggle for BC. Ashton-Langford. Maine too late in the rebound attempt. Here come the Black Bears. Right, McLeish. He's got it in transition. They match their largest lead of the night. My goodness. Zackery the baseline drive, and he converts.
Boston College trading buckets, and John, you pointed it out earlier. They've missed some, uncharacteristically, missed some point-blank layups.
Yep. Zackery leads the Eagles with 13. The turnaround, no good by Tynes, who's been an influencer on both ends of the floor for Maine. Makai Ashton-Langford, the Providence transfer. And he's got his 8th point of the night. More of that would be advertised.
He's really worked on his jump shot during the offseason. That's a beautiful pull-up jumper.
Good pass. A double team working out of it to Tynes. And Ashton-Langford. It's like he's got some momentum. And he takes it coast to coast. So quickly, the 11-point lead sliced to 5. And a timeout. Good defensive adjustment by BC, Malcolm.
Well, when we started this show off tonight, we said Makai Ashton-Langford is the leader for Boston College. This is what a leader does. In transition, Boston College needing a bucket. Beautiful left-handed layup. Boston College, though, still trailing by 5. This is what a leader does. Right here, beautiful pull-up jumper off the high ball screen. And then in transition, energy. That's what he brings to the table for Boston College. And you take a look at his second half numbers. Look what he did last week. In 14 minutes, scored 15 points, 3 assists to close out that game for Detroit. And that's something that he is known for, second half surges.
Yeah, it's a pleasant development for Earl Grant and his coaching staff. Makai Ashton-Langford playing in his 114th career college basketball game. Some of those coming with Ed Cooley's Providence squad. So Maine, after taking a timeout, see if they made some adjustments. Eagles cranking up the defensive pressure. 3 to shoot for Tynes. Big time bucket. Kellen Tynes has a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, sometimes that's what, your offense is. Get a breakdown, and then you just get a guy in an ISO situation, let him go to work. And Tynes, time and time again, has had that crossover pull-up going tonight.
DeMarr Langford returning from a knee injury. Zackery. And the rebound for Tynes.
Well, with this lineup for Boston College, it looks like they're going to switch ball screens. And
Filipovic, he's been quiet, and he maneuvers around DeMarr Langford. So clearly a good timeout for Chris Markwood.
Yeah, and they just isolated him that time against a very good defender in DeMarr Langford. And just kind of a big boy move. Barreled down the lane, was patient, and then able to get a little head fake, get him off his feet. Uncontested layup again.
Madsen the 3, he's got it. That's what they brought Mason Madsen from Cincinnati to do. Hit the long ball. Eagles struggled with the long ball last year outside of Jaeden Zackery's success. And they're struggling on threes again, as you see. That's just their 5th 3 of the night. Filipovic in the post, and the contact at N1. Much to the chagrin of Makai Ashton-Langford. So the frustration's evident on the floor for BC. They trail by 8.
When other carriers take your money and knock you around, Boost Mobile.
Maine has made 9 of 15 buckets in the second half as they lead BC by 8, and they're playing good offense, Malcolm Huckabee.
Yeah, their energy is there right here. A break for Maine, almost a turnover, and then again, great concentration. The help is late right there. And every time Boston College looks like they're going to try to get closer to tie this game up or take a lead, Maine has had an answer.
Here's Saturday's Week 12 ACC Network College Football lineup. At noon Eastern, 7-3 Duke. They're riding high at 3 straight wins. They square off against 6-4 Pittsburgh, who's won 2 in a row. And NC State is in Louisville to take on the Cardinals. The day is capped off by our ACCN primetime matchup. Wake Forest hosts Syracuse, all coming up at 8 o'clock. As always, blockbuster football action on ACC Network. And the 3-point play completed by Filipovic after the second foul of the game on Makai Ashton-Langford. How much stock do you put in the fact that Chris Markwood was on the BC staff last year and maybe had some keen insight on their personnel?
No, not really. I think it's a personnel thing. Obviously, we've referenced the injuries for Boston College, but give credit to this Maine team. They've done a nice job, in particular their backcourt. They've done a good job controlling the paint, and then the bigs for Maine, we talked about the rebounding advantage that we thought Boston College would have. They've limited them to 1 opportunity on the offensive end.
Langford, another opportunity, and he missed a high percentage shot. But he'll go to the line. Dearbergs whistled for the foul.
Yeah, right here again. We've seen this time and time again. Boston College have some good opportunities. That's just a missed layup. Again, not much resistance there. You get your own offensive rebound. That's great. But let's see if they can make up for it at the free throw line where they've struggled tonight.
BC shot 33% in the first half. Better in the second half thus far, 47%. And another miss from the foul line. 7 for 14. Do the math, it would just be a 1-point game with all those makes. Tynes swings it. Right McLeish. Ashton-Langford grabs the board. Chaz Kelly back in the lineup for the Eagles. He'll get some more time with the injury to Donald Hand. Freshman guard from Houston, Ashton-Langford.
That's a nice block out that time by the freshman Jaeden Clayton on TJ Bickerstaff. Now, he didn't get the rebound, but he just blocked him out, turned and face guarded him. Make sure Bickerstaff did not get the offensive rebound.
Eagles 5 for 16 from 3. Billy Povich up and in. He's been a handful.
And they've gone to him. Simple basketball. Boston College playing man-to-man. He has got it going on his ISOs. He's just barreled his way down the lane and making some tough shots.
He's got 16 points. Came into the night averaging 10.5 and 7 rebounds. 6'7" junior from Hungary. Kelly the deep three. Hit one the first half. Take by Clayton. That was too easy. Breaking some ankles of Jaeden Zackery. Largest lead of the game for Maine.
And Jaeden Clayton not playing like a freshman. That's a beautiful spin move and finish. He's been under control all night and solid defensively and offensively for Maine.
Zackery runs into a double team and a foul.
The freshman for Maine, Jaeden Clayton, right here again. Watch the block out. Again, just turn, keep TJ Bickerstaff off the offensive glass, and then on the other end, spin and finish. Great concentration, and you can see why Maine, Chris Markwood's so high on this young man. First person he signed in his class when he got the job at Maine.
It's been a balanced game, Malcolm. They're out-rebounding BC. They're out-shooting BC. They're playing ferocious defense when they need it. They haven't done many things wrong. On the other hand, BC has. Kelly. DeMarr Langford baseline and the nifty reverse. That was a good look by Chaz Kelly too.
It was heads up play by him, patient. And then DeMarr Langford showing off that strength and athleticism.
Do you utilize more full court pressure?
Well, the problem is Maine has beaten it pretty handily and then got a steady dose of this right here.
Ashton-Langford. Spinning, wild shot, and a foul. Foul is on Getty Zackery. So Maine trying to pull an upset, up by 10. They've led from pillar to post at Chestnut Hill.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. I should get this. Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? That's simple human sense.
BC entered last spring's ACC tournament as the 13th seed. They beat the 12th seed Pitt by 20, led by James Carnick's 13 points. In round 2, they move on to face 5th seed Wake Forest. Overtime, they overcame a 10-point deficit late in the second half. Then the momentum carries them to round 3. They lost to 4th-seeded Miami at the buzzer in overtime in the quarterfinals after a Makai Ashton-Langford miss on a tough chance. Jordan Miller's layup just beats the final horn. First time since BC won 2 tournament games since 2018. So Big Mo, momentum that is, carried over to 2022. They're off to a 2-0 start, but a dogfight with Maine. Under 8 minutes to play, and you feel like you got to get this game to 2 possessions. at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, crucial time right here. 7:50 to go in this game. You're trailing by 10. Makai Ashton-Langford at the free throw line. And I think if you're Earl Grant, you're thinking to yourself, well, look, we have not shot the ball well from the perimeter. Every time we've tried to get close, Maine has had an answer, but time is running out right here.
BC 9 for 16 at the line. Here comes your full court press. Maine beats it. Fade away. Zapetis off the line. DeMarr Langford over to his brother Makai Ashton-Langford. The pull-up. Yes. Well done by Ashton-Langford. Second half, Makai is heating up, isn't he?
Well, that's what leaders do.
15 against Detroit Mercy in the second half. 8 thus far. Blocked by Chaz Kelly. Outstanding by the freshman. DeMarr looks for Jaeden Zackery. Take by Ashton-Langford. Flummoxed at the baseline. BC defense, Chaz Kelly. Where'd this block come from?
Great individual effort right here. Think you got him beat, recover. I like this, though. He keeps it in bounds. Could have easily punched that out of bounds. Keep possession for your team. Heads up play by Chaz Kelly.
A good observation. That's the 4th block of the game for BC. So you get a good look at Chaz Kelly on the inbound. Ashton-Langford, look out. Put back, CJ Pena. BC's on an 8-0 run. Moments ago, it was a 10-point lead for the Black Bears. Maine scoring drought, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, timeout. Chris Markwood not happy with his freshman point guard, Jaden Clayton. BC's capitalizing, and you feel like it shifted a little bit, doesn't it?
Energy. Earl Grant talked about it at his halftime interview. He felt like his guys came out flat. They've been inconsistent with their energy. Right now, this last 3 to 4 minute stretch, you can tell the energy has shifted towards Boston College, mainly because of this guy right here. Makai Ashton-Langford not able to get it going, but Pena on the offensive glass. Defensively, they made it difficult for Maine, and that is going to be the key for them to close out this game. Down 4, 6:36 to go in the second half.
And tomorrow night, we'll have a men's basketball doubleheader right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Louisville hosts App State at 6 Eastern. Then Armando Bacot, #1 North Carolina, hosts Gardner-Webb. Outstanding basketball action on ACC network. Great to have you with us. John Meadaparo alongside Malcolm Huckabee.
And John, every time Boston College has been right within this distance here, 4 to 5 or 6 points, Maine has come down and answered. Let's see what they do coming out of this timeout. All the momentum in favor of Boston College. Let's see if Boston College can hold on the defensive end and try to get down and make this a one-possession game.
What do you think the message was from Chris Markwood?
Be patient, ball protection. Do not give up a turnover against this very aggressive defense by Boston College the last 3 minutes.
Maine has turned it over 8 times. Tynes. Waning seconds of the shot clock. And a foul. Foul on BC's Makai Ashton-Langford. That's 3 shots. Fouled him beyond the arc.
As soon as he hit his arm, veteran player Makai Ashton-Langford, we talked about it. That's a beautiful defensive possession all the way up until the end and contest. You have him right where you want him. Under 3 seconds left on the shot clock. No need to foul him right there. And that's a bailout for Maine.
That's 3 fouls on Ashton-Langford.
And he knew it right away.
He did. Unnecessary. Maine hasn't scored a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. But Tynes at the line, 4 for 5. He has 14 points. Give him 15. Second leading scorer on the Black Bears behind Filipovic, who has 16. Eagles break the timeline with Chaz Kelly. Double. Ashton-Langford to Pena. Nice pass. DeMarr Langford.
You can't break the zone any better. Beautiful zone offense that time by Boston College.
DeMarr Langford, one of 3 Eagles in double figures with 10. Breakdown by Clayton. Thierberg's missed it. But a foul on BC. They got DeMarr Langford for contact. That's his 3rd.
And this freshman continues to impress for Maine. That's a beautiful dribble, drive, and kick. But right here against the zone, this is their best possession of the night. Find that high spot at the free throw line and finish. And we're told TJ Bickerstaff has been cramping up on the BC bench, but he should return. He has not been back in this game, and that's huge for Boston College, not having his presence to rebound and offensively for Earl Grant.
Well, maybe it's the fact that he's still getting his conditioning after he missed 10 practices to begin the season with mono. Still figuring it out in that department. He missed his rebounding, as you mentioned. He has 10 boards. That's his season average. Pena at the foul line. Boy, he's got a pretty shot. CJ Pena, Division II transfer.
And again, the patience by Boston College to break the zone down. Very patient and get a high percentage shot. That's how you break it down.
Tynes directing traffic. Skips it out of bounds. BC ball. Eagles renewed pressure on the defensive end. Has been a trigger in the last 5 minutes. And oh, by the way, Maine has missed their last shooting attempts in the last 4 minutes. They have not scored a field goal.
Yeah, and that's a heads-up play by Pena that time. Reading the eyes of the passer, getting in the passing lane, and then getting the deflection to go off Maine.
Kelly thought about the 3, but instead picked up a foul on Getty Uazapaitis. His 2nd. Just the 5th on Maine. So they'll inbound.
Kelly again using a nice job of the shot fake. Both him and Makai Ashton-Langford ball faking and then shot faking this Maine defense just to move their hands.
Troy and Florida State will follow us in Tallahassee after this one. Don't go away on ACC Network. Pena, low post pass. And John Gaffney calls a foul. That's on Filipovic, his 3rd.
Yeah, and that's a nice little duck in that time by DeMarr Langford. I've been impressed with Pena. They put him at this high post foul line area. He's made some shots, and he's also made some nice passes from that high post foul line area.
Ashton-Langford for the baseline. He's had a superb second half. Second half, Makai. They hit your formula, Malcolm. They got it to a 2-possession game. Now it's a 1-possession game with under 5 to play. Clayton. Filipovic. Good D by DeMarr Langford. Put back. Thierbergs snaps a string without a field goal. 4+ minutes. Maine rebounding, a big part of why they have a 5-point lead. Ashton-Langford, wild shot, out of control. Pena tries to possess, but he cannot do it. And that brings us to our final media timeout. The Cardiac Kids from Boston College. Another comeback in the bag. Don't go away.
When you start with better ingredients, better pizza, you also...
1 week ago tonight, BC had struggles with Ivy League opponent Cornell, but they still pulled it out.
Yeah, and beautiful execution again. Makai Ashton-Langford, unselfish play, a beautiful dump ball pass. Almost a foul right there on that three-point attempt.
And then against Detroit Mercy on Friday afternoon, Veterans Day matchup, Mason Madsen.
Key theme again, Makai Ashton-Langford, the leader, making a pass that led to a game-winning shot. They've been living dangerously. Tonight, it looks like it's going to come down to the wire. 3:47 to go. They're trailing by 5. And I'm sure Earl Grant would not want this recipe to start off this season, these tight games, but that's the way it is right now, trying to manage this lineup with all the injuries, and now TJ Bickerstaff is leading rebounder on the bench due to cramps.
Over the final 5 minutes of games for the season, BC outscoring opponents by +8. Connecting 56% from the floor over the final 5 minutes. Opponents only making 31% of their shots. And a foul called on the Eagles. It's the 4th on Makai Ashton-Langford.
That's not a good one right there. You don't want him picking up a foul. You love his aggression, but they need him on the court.
And a depleted backcourt with the injury to Donald Hand. Clayton, the freshman. Here comes Kellen Tynes, and that's what he's done all night. He's always had an answer. The Montana State transfer has 17 points. That's a game high. And on timeouts, seems like they always come back with a counterpunch as Ashton-Langford misses. In numbers, but they'll hold and kill some clock. BC has never led. Good steal. Here comes Kelly. One-on-one with Tynes. That's not easy, Malcolm, what he just did.
No, it isn't, and that's just what Boston College needed. A turnover, still trailing 5.
And almost another steal by Chas Kelly as he collides with Mason Madsen on the bench. But Tynes, nifty move after the pass from Clayton.
And we talked about Bickerstaff, the 7-footer. Quentin Post out of the game. No shot blocker there for Boston College. On the other end, that's a beautiful move by Chas Kelly.
Kelly has 5. 4-star recruit. Prince Alibe, another 4-star. Some feel the top 5 recruit BC history, on the bench with a injury. Big losses. We saw his bucket moments ago against Cornell to win the game. Clayton, the general, against DeMarr Langford. Tynes flustered. Rebound by Ashton-Langford, pushing the pace. Shaking a defender and getting fouled by Jashante Wright-McLeish. 3rd foul on Wright-McLeish. Final 2 minutes of the game. Where are you going for the Eagles offensively?
Well, this guy right here, Makai Ashton-Langford, he's their leading scorer. They don't have time to waste, though. The ball goes up. They got to get out and try to get some easy transition buckets before this Maine defense gets set. And then defensively, they need more of that, what they had on that last possession. Force a contested jumper.
11 second half points for Makai Ashton-Langford. His parents are here. They're from Worcester, Mass. Short ride for them. Both former college hoop players. Proud parents of Makai and DeMarr.
Well, well done with both these young men. And this guy right here at the line, trying to will Boston College to another win.
He has 18 points to lead all scorers. Zackery, Kelly, DeMarr Langford, Makai Ashton-Langford, and C.J. Payne on the floor for the Eagles. Clayton cut off on the baseline. Open three, right McLeish. And a huge offensive rebound by Kellen Tynes. Right place, right time. They're killing clock. Tynes past the elbow. Weak side rebound, Zackery out of bounds.
And it looks like they're going to review that last.
Yep.
To see if the ball went out off of Jaeden Zackery. Now, the argument obviously Earl Grant could make is was there a foul here? Again, yeah, it looked like he got his hand right there. So I think that's going to stay with Boston College. A good job of blocking out by Jaeden Zackery. Okay, hand, yeah, he got his hand right there. So again, I'm not sure there's much to reverse that and make it Maine's ball. I think that's going to be Boston College's ball. Minute 18 to go, down 3.
And if it is BC's ball, which we think it is, what do you have to do here in a 67-64 Maine lead?
Plenty of time, no need to come down and jack up a 3. For the game, you're really struggling shooting the ball from the three-point line. Boston College, you look at the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. It's not pretty for Boston College, below 30% from the three-point line. So, again, minute 18, Makai Ashton-Langford has been your guy. I'd put him in a ball screen. If Maine goes to a zone, do what you've been doing. Get Pena to that high post area, be patient, try to get a high percentage shot. If a 3 comes off a dribble drive kick and the defense collapses, you're fine with that if you're Earl Grant. But you do not need a 3 in this situation right now.
Thursday night, we'll have the women's basketball game of the night on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Dawn Staley and #1 South Carolina take on Clemson at Little John Coliseum. Both teams coming undefeated, and our coverage begins at 6 Eastern.
Do you guys have anything different? Are you seeing
We are getting some interpretations from John Gaffney, a veteran official, refereeing many ACC games, and he asked us if we saw anything different.
And it's exactly what I said. You don't see anything on the replay that would say that it would go back and reverse that call. Again, it has to be inclusive. If anything, it would be a foul.
After review, calling the floor is overturned. It's going to be Maine's ball coming in. It's going to be shot clock at 20.
After review, the call on the floor was overturned. So much for our eagle eyes.
Yeah, it seemed like there was some confusion, and that's a big break for Maine.
20 on the shot clock. Huge break. 78 seconds left in regulation. Slip and a steal. Zackery gives it to Chaz Kelly. He lost the handle. Zackery double teamed. Ashton-Langford gets fouled. 8th on Maine. Under a minute to play, so the Eagles don't let the overturned call fluster them as Jaden Clayton hit the deck.
Well, right here again, Jaeden Zackery, that's when I think he would probably try to go and challenge, but you can see the maturity by Makai Ashton-Langford. You'll see this next pass by Zackery. Don't settle for the 3.
And the foul problems continued. He was perfect from the line before that, 6 out of 6, but BC has missed 8 free throws. They're 11 for 19. Here comes Clayton. Filipovic. Under 10 to shoot. Clayton, the take. And the miss. Fearberg's offensive rebound. Another big one for Maine. And a take. And the miss. And a steal. My goodness, what a steal by Kellen Tynes. Shot clock off. Maine impressive, making huge 50-50 plays. My, oh my. Chris Markwood, 13.8 seconds away. And DeMarr Langford down underneath the basket, as you see. Clutching his shin, but Malcolm Huckabee, Maine somehow miraculously coming up with loose ball rebounds.
Well, again, we talked about it. We might as well just make a recording of it, but TJ Bickerstaff, your leading rebounder on the bench, really pretty much to close out the second half. And certainly you like your chances rebounding with him out on the court, unable to secure the rebound. And then the last one, Pena has the ball in his hand, just doesn't chest it. Coaches talk about chinning the ball in that situation. He's leaving it out exposed, and Maine heads up play. They just took it out of his hands.
So some moments of concern for the Langford family as DeMarr Langford remains down. And he was out for the first couple games with an injury. This is certainly a difficult situation for BC, Malcolm. They're injury depleted to begin with. One of your best players is down on the floor, and such an uneven performance by BC as timeouts 1 for Maine and 3 for BC. We are going to take a 30-second timeout as they continue to work on DeMarr Langford, with the Eagles trailing America East opponent Maine by 3 points.
I'll be back in a sec.
We can't wait forever.
All your nacho fries, please. Can't be mad. We got you nacho fries.
Made with Mexican spices, made for nacho cheese sauce, only at Taco Bell.
So Maine inbounds. And a foul quickly by Mason Madsen. You see with a couple to give. Fouls Filipovic. DeMarr Langford helped off the floor by Nick Galato and the BC training staff. Will be Maine at the line. Zackery, who's had a quiet game, but he knocks down a huge free throw. 3 points for Getty Zackery, who entered the game as their leading scorer at 17.5 per outing. Filipovic back in for Jashante Wright-McLeish. Troy at Florida State coming up next on ACC Network. 5-point lead for Maine. 12 seconds for BC. Makai Ashton-Langford hoists the three off the line. Rebound. And Filipovic has been a thorn in the Eagles' side. And Maine is 5 seconds away from pulling a huge upset. This will be the first loss for BC against an America East opponent in 7 years, when they lost to UMass Lowell at Connie Forum.
Well, at the end of the day, nobody's going to care about the injuries that Boston College has in this game. And make no mistake about it, it is a factor, but take nothing away from what Maine has done in this game. Start to finish, they controlled the pace, tempo, and you talked about it, the rebounding.
The three by Matson, no good, and there you have it. The end of the story is written. Maine upsets BC. Chris Markwood on the BC staff last year.